Hi there everyone, welcome to the sale of Malcolm's very beautiful and gorgeous 250 SL Pagoda. So Malcolm, say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello.
So we're just out in the gorgeous countryside around Herefordshire. We are in Herefordshire, aren't we, technically here?
We're on the border of Herefordshire and Shropshire, actually.
On the border?
Yes.
So in a nice little village out here where the car's stored. So we're going to take you out on a little run and have a little chat to Malcolm. That's owned the car for a while now. So Malcolm, how long have you actually owned the car for?
Coming up 10 years.
Okay, that's quite a while.
Yes.
So you'll be a bit sad to see it go, I guess?
I will.
So how long, sorry, I wasn't concentrating everybody, I was just putting my window up. So you've had it for 10 years. What have you used it for in those 10 years then, Malcolm?
I've hardly used it, to be honest. It was part of my collection. I had, at its peak, probably 10 cars. This was probably the garage princess of the group, and she probably did 200-300 miles a year, pretty much maximum for the last 10 years. So it's done 60,276.
Okay, very good. Have you been on any big trips in it, or have you just done local stuff?
Did my daughter's wedding two years ago.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful wedding and the car was perfect for it, but apart from that, nothing apart from driving up to our new house here in Herefordshire.
Okay, good. And why are you now selling the car then? You've had it for 10 years.
So you've seen the house in Herefordshire, right? It needs a lot of work. We're building extensions and holiday lets on the property, so it's time to kind of move the money from the cars into the property at this point.
Okay, so you'll be a bit sad to see it go then, I guess.
Very sad. This was my dream when I was a young boy, owning one of these and owning a Series 1 E-Type, when I sold the E-Type late last year. So this was the last one of my cars.
So your most favourite car?
My favourite car. Yeah, it's the most beautiful thing. And I'm an engineer. I'm an aircraft engineer by trade, and just the way that these cars are made, compared to the E-Type, even in my opinion, these are made so much better.
They are a beautifully engineered car.
They are.
So, apart from the engineering, what else do you love about the car then, Malcolm?
Oh, I just stand and look at it. I look at the nuts and bolts they use. I look at the way that the pieces are put together. You know, it's a very well screwed together car. It's just a beautiful design with the roof on. I like the roof on actually rather than the roof off. But it's also beautiful when the roof's off, and you can hear the engine. You know, it's got a bit of a raspy note to it. We'll show you later.
Yeah, no, it certainly sounds really, really lovely. So in the 10 years you've had it then, what sort of work have you done to it?
General upkeep and maintenance, servicing wise, pretty much standard stuff. Nothing really has gone wrong, apart from the steering. This is a power steering, the 250, it's got power steering. The steering pump was pressurizing and the fluid was leaking out the top of the reservoir. So we had the steering pump and the steering box restored probably 5 years ago now. So those are the only two major things we've done to the car.
So it's been quite reliable then in your time,
we did
I guess.
The cylinder head.
Yes, you were telling me. Yes.
Yeah, for the wedding.
Yeah.
We had a problem with the cylinder head gasket.
So you've had a new head gasket, all been skimmed, all put on properly. Everything was good with the car.
Yeah.
And how many miles roughly have you done since then, do you think?
500.
Okay, good. So
in 2 years.
Yeah. So no, it's a really lovely little sorted example, I think. I was very surprised because I spoke to Malcolm on the phone about this car probably 2 or 3 months ago, I guess now. And so Malcolm was saying there were these few little bits and pieces on the car, and I was expecting it not to be in the best of conditions, I guess. But I think Malcolm's a little bit like me in terms of being OCD. So, you know, I've seen the car today. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is a lovely car. So we're very pleased to have consigned this car from Malcolm. So yeah, it really is lovely. And so a few bits about the car then, Malcolm. It's not the original colour, is it?
It's not the original colour, no.
Yeah.
So I brought the car in from San Diego as a private import, and on the obviously the chassis, it's a matching numbers car, so the engine, gearbox, chassis are matching numbers, but the paint was originally green. I don't know what code it was from Mercedes, but it was a green car with a red interior. So obviously in the US it had been resprayed this silver Mercedes silver metallic paint,
Yeah.
And that's the colour combination, in my opinion, that I was looking for, the silver and the red. And that's the only thing apart from general upkeep of the vehicle that's been changed since it was made. So it's a very original car. It's not been a restored car. It had new wood trim done, but apart from that, it's an original headlinings, original carpets, and everything are original. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
It really is. It's gorgeous. So we're doing about 50 miles an hour at the moment, doing just under 3,000 revs. If I just pan down here, you can see that we're in number 4 is being selected. So is there a kick down or?
I don't know.
On this, no? Okay. There is a kick down.
There you go.
So yeah, we had a good burst of power, went up to 5,000 revs.
We got 45 psi on the oil pressure. Everything's normal.
No signs of any blue smoke or anything like that from that little blast.
No.
So it's very good. So yeah, and how does she feel in terms of steering?
Ride.
And
yeah, it's such a great ride for a 67 car. It just wafts along the road, don't you think?
It really does.
Maybe a 911.
Yeah.
It's a very.
I love 911s though, Malcolm. Don't ever mention 911s. So no, seriously, I'm here as a passenger. I could go down to the south of France quite easily if Malcolm was a lady probably. But no brakes. Then we just did a hard brake up to roundabout. Didn't feel any juddering. Just going round. You know, yeah, the car wallows a little bit, but that's the car. That's nothing about anything to do with its suspension. It feels really tight. I can't hear any knocks. Can't hear anything untoward. We're accelerating now. Feels like it's probably in 3rd gear. 3,000 revs. And yeah, we're doing just under 60. There's no shake on the wheel. It really does feel very nice. So we're very excited to have consigned Malcolm's very beautiful 250. I think it sits in the middle of the range, doesn't it, Malcolm?
Well, it was the evolution of the SL Pagoda. It's got the, I think for me, it's got the some of the trim from the 230, but it's got the improvements in the 5-cylinder crank from the 280.
Yeah.
So it's got more power. It's more drivable. It is a left-hand drive, which is how it was designed to be. And so the exhaust manifolds are free-flowing through the engine, performs well, and I think it's got the best of both worlds, the 230 and the 280. The 280 was moving into the later period of Mercedes, where it had the, some of the handles on the doors were the old rubber handles and things. I didn't really like that so much. So it's got the charm of the previous era, in my opinion, the 300s and those. It's got the feel and the fixtures of those cars compared to the 280, which I know are in demand, but I think this is a good compromise.
And it just sounds gorgeous as we're accelerating. We've just pulled off the roundabout on a beautiful summer's day. There can't be a better place to be, can there, than this car. It really does feel nice. We're doing nearly 70 here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I did actually incidentally fail my driving test on this exact road, on this exact spot about 20 odd years ago, but for being too far in the middle. I should have been slightly to the left. So that just brought back a memory or two for me. But no, lovely. So we're going to do obviously full consignment to this car. Take a look at the rest of the videos in the series. Obviously we've done a few hundred images or so. Malcolm will be there to answer any questions, so just pop a note at the bottom of the listing or send him a direct message, or if you want to have a chat to any of us about the car, then that's fine. I think Malcolm's, fair to say, has been really realistic about the price of this car, for the reasons that he said earlier on in terms of the work that he wants to do with his house. That is the only reason why he's selling this, because I think you would probably keep it, wouldn't you, Malcolm, from what you were saying earlier on?
Yeah.
So that's great. So thank you, Malcolm, very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And look forward to passing the car on to a nice new seller.
Absolutely.
Or even a buyer.
A buyer would be good.
A buyer would be good. Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Adam.
Bye.